Welcome. I know we're starting a little bit late. This is Garage Web Show, and we're back after that little hiatus. I know we took a couple months off, but we had to have our rest just because it's just that big of a show. Okay, you don't understand. The people we have coming on today are going to be awesome. So we're going to get this started off real quick. I'm going to go ahead and introduce. Obviously, you know who I am. I'm Silos, comedian. This is my host. This is Jay, the fat man, Santa Maria.
Oh yeah, short, chubby, and fuzzy coming to you live and direct from the Garage Web Show. Okay guys, ladies and gentlemen, a lot has happened over the last couple months, and we'll be talking a lot about a lot. Normally, you don't hear too much sympathy coming out of me. I'm normally a straightforward type of guy, but something happened last month that I do need to talk about. And it is a little sentimental, it is very serious, and this is going out to anybody in the service, anybody who's been in the service, anybody who's out right now.
If you don't understand, it's a very serious issue that a lot of military personnel deal with, and it's a very serious thing that happens to a lot of people who've gone through a military experience.
3 weeks ago, I lost one of my closest and dearest friends, Sergeant Joseph Smitty, who EAS, which means he was released from the Marine Corps in 2011, could no longer handle being a civilian and took his own life. PTSD is real, it's not a joke, and I'm just asking anybody out there that's dealing with it, whether you were in the Marine Corps, whether you were in the Army, whether you were in the military or not, if you're dealing with nightmares, if you're struggling with daily life, please go get some help. It's out there. There's a ton of places.
Yeah.
And if anything, you can always contact me. I have links to numerous different pages. I'll talk to you. I will talk to anybody about this, and I will do my best to help you.
Right on.
Now that that serious part is out the way, let's talk about the show.
Okay, before we go completely into the show, I'm going to talk about exactly what happened to me over this break.
That's right.
I mean, I went out and I actually auditioned for America's Got Talent back on February 14th, Valentine's Day, and that was the worst Valentine's Day I ever spent. I wasted 12 hours to perform for 90 seconds. And that's just telling 90 seconds of jokes, which I did hit every joke.
See, and a lot of people don't realize this. 90 seconds of joke telling takes about 90 hours of writing.
Yeah, at least. Because, I mean, we got to get all the material down. We have to make sure it flows. I literally put, I want to say a 5 to 6 minute routine into 60 seconds.
Now, for those of you that don't realize this, you don't have to, because you're not doing it. But one thing I will say is thank you for tuning in either way. Tonight, we have a lot going on. We have Tech, the Supah Latin, who's going to be with us.
Yeah, this is a new addition to our show. We actually just got him today. Literally today.
Talk about connections. I guess the fat man can still pull a trick or two out of his sleeve. And,
yeah, but, I thought they, stopped suing.
We also got Tony DeRusso.
That guy.
Coming talking to us about his new book, The Good, the Bad, the Gold. You guys, The Pursuit, you gotta check this book out. It's hot. We're definitely gonna be talking about that today. And we have a returning star. Y'all know him as the man who can never shut his mouth.
He ran the longest interview ever
in the history of our show. 2 hours and 27 minutes.
By himself. By himself. It took 7 comedians to do 2 hours. He did it by himself. That is a performer.
And I'm just saying the man can talk. So we're close the show with him.
We were happy to have him back.
Yeah, we are.
Because that was an awesome interview.
It was.
It was a great show.
It was.
He actually marked the start of really a lot of guests coming onto our show.
It is. After this man came on our show, all of a sudden,
People were asking.
we have professional cage fighters on the show. We have professional comedians. Oh, we
LARP.
We literally had the kings of LARP on our show. Literally the kings of LARP on our show. Guys, a lot has changed over the last 3 years, and we just want to say thank you for joining us. Or the last 2 years. 2
years. We're starting into the third year here.
Yeah. So we just want to say thank you very much. And
You've
for
been
everybody who remembers this.
Bring it in.
Everybody who remembers this.
I'm going to defend my title.
We will be bringing this back in April. That is right. In April, we will be bringing this back. Now, ladies, if you want to come join us with the Booty Flip Cup Championship contest, feel free to come on down. Give it a shot. Guys, if you think you could twerk better than a girl, come on down.
Yes.
Let's give this a shot.
Come on now. It was kind of disgusting when him and I had to do it ourselves. And it was called the worst prison video ever. This has been a lot of fun for us just over the last 2 years. And I could say it's a whole lot of stuff that we didn't expect.
It's not.
We were thinking it was probably going to have people telling us, cut the show off after half a year.
Exactly. And all of a sudden, we go from 3 people's living rooms to over 4,000 viewers. So thank you to our fans, and thank you for spreading it. Word of mouth has been awesome. Thank you guys so much for tuning in every month. Thank you for following us on Facebook. Thank you for following us on Twitter. And to everybody who showed up to my last performance, thank you. The tin hat was rocking. I appreciate it so much. The place is huge compared to the last place that we
Did you get booed off too?
No, I didn't. It was a shocker.
Way to change the rep.
I know. And it was my first clean show ever. I did an entire performance, a half-hour performance, and I didn't curse once. What the fuck is wrong with me?
And once again, you're back.
That's right. All right. Now, without further ado, we're going to bring on the man, the myth, the legend, the guy who's been in the game since before he was even born. Okay? This man,
his dad represents in the world of hip-hop. I mean, he's known.
He's been bred into this.
Yes.
I know him personally. He's one of the coolest cats I've ever met in my life. And personally, I still wish he was dating my sister, but he's not. He's married, he's got a kid. And that is what it is. But let's bring on Tech, the Supah Latin.
That's right. Tech, Supah Latin, man.
How you doing?
How you doing, bro?
All right. Thank you for coming out, bro.
Man, thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Dude.
Now,
This is an honor to us, man. You have no idea how much of a fan I've been. I've listened to you. I'm a huge fan of hip hop and whatnot. I've listened to your music. I've listened to you on Power. I've listened to you on all the stations that play you. I hear your music still come on every so often.
That's awesome, man.
Okay, guys. For those of you that don't know, Tech just came off a European tour.
Nice.
And aside from coming off that European tour, he's got a 10-week-old baby at home. And that's what I want to talk to about. Y'all want to hear about the music.
We don't care about the music.
I want to hear about this dude being arms deep in poo-poo. All right?
Oh, man.
We are going to be as hard as you as much as we can.
It's all good, man.
So I got 3 questions for you that you got to answer tonight.
All right.
3 questions you got to answer tonight. 1, how do you deal with performing as often as you do and being a new dad?
Oh, man. It's work. First of all, having a baby at 26 is definitely a change. It's a change.
We can both vouch to that.
For the better. For the better. I think the baby really didn't slow my career down. If anything, he just pushed my drive a little more. Now there's no more.
No, that's a good thing to strive for. I mean, you're doing it to keep the family going.
Of course, but it's even more than that, man. Now I'm on this whole level of like I gotta pass something down. You know what I mean? And living here in the States being a capitalist country, you gotta be able to pass something
you
down.
gotta capitalize.
Most people work their whole life to own a house, so my goal is like, yo, let me just go buy a house out of cash if possible. So that's what I'm striving to do, to be able to give that down. I mean, when you think about it logically,
Yeah.
I mean, it only costs a couple grand for property tax at the end of the year. So if I were to pass a house down, people were part-time, chase a dream, and not have to worry about paying for a house. So that's the only difference that I see that the baby brought to my career. It's just being a more of a thinker and just having more drive and being strategic behind every move.
Right.
I was strategic behind a lot of my moves, but now it's more pinpoint. You know what I mean? No more
Right.
playing around, no more
Congratulations on the
Thank you,
new
man.
baby
Thank
here,
you.
dude.
Thank you.
Yeah, we both
He's
know
the
the
third.
feeling of being a
he's the
father.
third.
You know, I got two of my own. He's got. Yeah, we don't count them anymore. You know, the illegitimate, man, we lost count. But you know, you know, we do what we do just so we can make sure we have something to pass along, get ourselves set in the right place, and also better their lives as best as we can. You know, try to give them something better than we had.
Definitely.
Now, aside from that, number two, this goes hand in hand. But you and your girl put out some pretty racy pictures onto the World Wide Web. I mean,
I'm an
yo,
entertainer.
y'all got a little
That's a
risque
different
with
type
some
of
baby
entertainment,
pictures,
man.
man.
Come on now, Kim got that down.
Yeah.
I want to know this. How many of your boys did you have to punch in the mouth for making weird comments?
Man, nobody, man. People gotta understand, man. First of all, my girl don't even really like hip hop, so she stays pretty much out of my career. Other than when you're coming home and why does it take you so long to work? The baby's crying. I mean the typical. But for the most part, she's because she's not a hip hop head, she's not really fully in tune. She's not at every single show. She's not bugging me on tour. It kind of, I guess it's a blessing in itself. So, I mean, most people didn't even know I had a girlfriend. It was really weird. Now she's my fiance. But man, those pictures it was cool. I hit my boy Icon up. I'm like, yo, I need to do some maternity pictures with the gold lady. I mean, this is the plan. Da, 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 da. And I was like, and then we gotta do some shit that nobody was expecting us to do. You know what I mean? Nobody was expecting me to do.
Okay,
So
for those of you that don't know what I'm talking about, you can check it out on Facebook. You can check it out on Google.
I'm pretty sure you can find it.
They were
Let it be handed to you. Come on,
They
it's
were
a flyer
extremely,
passed
they
out.
were extremely tasteful.
They were tasteful.
They were very tasteful.
All right, all right.
Okay, his fiance was
All right,
beautiful.
you know, the centerfold spread was pretty nice.
But the word implied is the type of photos that they are. Okay, they are implied photos, so she's implying that she's fully nude. He's implying that he's nude.
Listen, it's grown and sexy, mature, tasteful pictures. You know what I mean?
All right.
We're still young. Her body, I mean.
Yeah, so who was showing more in the picture?
She was for sure. She was for sure.
All right. So we got this covered. The third question I gotta ask you.
Yeah.
Third and final question I gotta ask you is, are you still cherishing the fact that you beat me in basketball 10 years ago?
I don't know where you to take that far back.
Or are you ready for a rematch?
Oh, we can rematch.
That's the thing, you know, he holds on to old grudges. The fact that he got beat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it wasn't like he just got
he
beat.
mumbles about
I
this
mean,
every
he got
day.
his ass
Never
whooped. No, he was like a whoop, he got his ass whooped. It wasn't even fair. In his defense, I mean, he was a little out of shape. I was in high school, I was in shape. Now we're both out of shape.
What are you talking about, man? We in a shape. It's called round.
So,
speak for you guys, you know, for yourselves here, because you know,
And then
I managed to maintain stick figure.
Yeah. He's one strong limb coming from flying up this garage right now.
Yeah, I got a gust going right now, and I'm
Turn
feeling
the
like I have
AC
to hold
down.
out of the chair.
We're about to take a minute right here, and we're gonna watch one of your videos right now.
But before we go into the video here, I want to make sure we also give shout outs to the places that are actually watching us. The hookah lounges.
Okay, so check this out. Stars Hookah Lounge, thank you for tuning in again. All right, Wild Willie's Pizzeria, thank you very much for checking us out.
That's right.
And to the brand spanking new grand opening was last night. I heard y'all had 5,000 people throughout the day come smoke hookah. Come check out Shadow Hookah Lounge in Inglewood, California. Yo, they're on Florence. You gotta check them out.
That's right.
All right. These
Thank you guys for
thank
watching
for
us.
coming in. Thank you for check. What?
We thank you guys for watching us, for the fact that you've made us this big right now. We've actually, gotten a lot more. Also to J Spot for the comedians who are watching us right now.
Oh, that's right. Hey, Jerry, I love you, man, but where's my check?
Yeah, me too here, man.
All right. Anyway, we all.
Give me
That's
my
on
kind of
personal
hit,
note.
alright?
That's on personal note.
We ain't gonna go into full details about that stuff.
All right, let's move on past this and let's move on to this music video. You want to set this up for us, man, or do you just want us to
Can you go full screen first?
When I was in Europe in January with a group called Jurassic 5, one of the biggest hip hop groups in Los Angeles, I got approached and made a lot of connections. JDZ Media was one of the first people to really get at me. They do a thing called a Spitfire, and it's just spitting bars. So this is a video of me spitting bars.
All right, all right, let's go ahead and hear it.
Never trust no man, that's how my father raised me. Keep your ear to the streets, that's how my mama trained me. Put your faith in God, that's what my grandma always told me. We was made in his image, that's what the book told me. Now I'm not saying he's replaceable, but we're more than capable to overcome the obstacle. While you're at home all alone playing yourself, you're quick to cast the first stone, but can't look in his eyes and see yourself. You let an innocent man die just to free yourself. I see the OG sell to a kid to boost his wealth. The mind of a man is powerful. Don't let him make you walk down punt. Learn how to collect six with an audible. All a man has is his word. Word is blind, 100-fold. Stay true to you. Fuck the game. Never compromise. Keep your eyes open at all times. Read between the lines. Never fall into the lies they disguise. Slick talking motherfuckers. Learn how to think like a cop, but move like a crook. You never win from the grave. Bop bop. Look smart, and I'm street smart. Don't be a slave to your emotions. Stay in deep thought. You see what happens tomorrow. Reflects on what you deal with today. Don't watch your life fade to black through imposed mistakes. It feels good to run up in the game to raise the stakes. Feels even better when these cowards can't look in my face. Misunderstanding, technical super. Don't get it twisted, I'm the Supah Latin. I'm against rappers who sweaty at the top of the game, but stay doing minor shit. Go back to college, kid. You're talking money, but your whole life is counterfeit. Screaming fuck the world, but your faggot ass is celibate. Homie, this is round two in the Coliseum. Leave your brave hearts lost in the grave like Lime Neeson. Mad Death Click, they gon' pledge to the allegiance. Sources and blasted for no reason. Got them running like treason. Scarred by the legion. Red dot your face region. 16 is how I'm breathing. From a cock back to start squeezing. MAD to the 4th, 5th, and 6th letter. Supah Latin about to change the Latin rap game forever. Fuck a Mohican, I'm the last of a Peruvian. Mexican white rapper trained by ancient Babylonians. Birthed by the rap guards rapping like white linens. Big problem like Blake Griffin, y'all small. Jameer Nelson, look. I'm a West Coast king like DeMarcus. Talk like an angel, sing, swing like a Spartan. You lightweight, call it fiber carton. Wipe that look off your face or get it placed on a carton. OG mindset, the mad death is front runner, young gunner. Your skinny jeans say you dead by mañana. The coke is rapper, even when wearing thermals in a sauna. Fresh meat to a piranha, the underground Sinatra. King, Temple Supah Latin, what it is.
Let's go ahead and
West Coast, LA. To the U.
Pause the video there and go ahead.
First thing I think when I see that video
To the UK.
is what a fucking asshole.
What
What an asshole.
You know, I love the fact that you started off automatically. I do commentary on my own video. That guy's an
What
asshole.
an asshole.
I don't like him. He needs to get off the radio.
When we did that, I was at a point in my career that it was my first trip to Europe. I felt like, or my first official solo trip to Europe. And I felt like I had something to prove. I had to make sure everybody there knew who I was. I had to make sure they knew, it's hip hop. I'll take your head off.
All right, for those who don't really know hip hop and whatnot, what is a bar?
A bar is 2 lines.
2 lines, okay.
2 lines.
And how many bars did you do in that video?
Shit, 30 something, maybe.
It was about 42.
Okay.
It was roughly 42.
Yeah, like I said, we got to break this down here. Not everyone knows what goes on with the, how the songs actually go.
Well, the standard,
Everyone's talking about putting
standard
bars
like
on.
16 bars or it's actually 8 bars is 16 lines.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you've got like 4 bars is 8 lines for a hook. It's kind of, they have a standard procedure of what a song structure is supposed to be. I don't even follow them. I do what I want to do.
We know a few performers that do that too.
It's
You know?
better that. I mean,
It comes out sounding better.
sometimes
You have your own style. Too.
Yeah, sometimes a song needs more than 16 lines. Sometimes you gotta
Right.
do 24 or 36, and sometimes songs only need 10 or 12 lines. It depends, man. I'm
Right.
a fan of the feel of the music. This guy here, though, see, that was the old tech. Anybody who follows my career sees the transition, man.
Yeah.
And the basic transition is when I dropped my first debut album in January of last year. It was called The Return. It wasn't just the return of hip hop or the return of the Supah Latin, but it was like the return of the LA underground hip hop. Because my pops attached the Supah Latin tag to my name.
And
Yeah.
let's take a moment right here. If y'all don't know who this man's father is, okay, y'all need to go back, take some time.
Yeah, go through the history of Supah Latin. Just look up the Supah Latin, spelled S-U-P-A-H, and you'll find out that Click is this man's father.
And one of the best beatboxers of all time. Period. Hands down.
So, you know what?
He's alright. Yeah,
He's he's his
You
kid,
made
so
something.
get away with that.
You made something of it, though.
But let's go ahead and talk about that for a second here.
Yeah.
You know, your father handed you a legacy.
Of course.
You know, and it's hard to follow in a father's footsteps sometimes. You know, and
Yeah.
at times that performance and that capability of your father can overshadow you and your own performance. Okay, true. How do you deal with that?
Well, it's easy for me. Like, my pops wasn't a big lyricist. He was a beatboxer. That's what he was known for. But understand, he's a beatboxer. He knows he can't just do a beatbox album and sell millions of copies of a beatbox album.
Right.
That's just not logical. So he had to pick up the MCing, the producing, all that stuff. All the elements, from graffiti writing to b-boying, DJing,
Right.
writing, beatbox. He does it all. But his main lane was beatboxing. I can beatbox, but I am a lyricist. So because I'm a lyricist, I don't really, his tag really doesn't do anything for me or against me. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
It's really just a legacy that I'm carrying. So I'm not really in his shadow or in his shoes at all for the most part. It's
Okay.
lyrically.
So,
I don't think this is gonna not supposed to come out wrong, but he won't be able to compete with me lyrically.
Gotcha.
You know what I mean? And because of that, it only makes sense to go, here's the Supah Latin tag. If I was falling under his lyrics,
right.
then it would be like, yo, you gotta come up, you gotta do better. But because he can't see me on that area.
See, that's why it's
You know,
different.
but at the
He's
same
Click, you're 10.
Yeah, but at the same time, I'm a student of the game. And I'm not a fool. He's been in the game for 40 years almost. You know what I mean? I've been doing this since I was 3 years old, performing on stage live, recording live, doing Power 106 drops, Q1047 drops, warehouse drops. Some of the people don't even know, you guys don't know what the warehouse is. Some of the people watching, what the hell is a warehouse? They don't understand that, there was cassettes there, CDs there. People ain't seen a cassette since 96.
Alright.
So,
And let's check this out.
I've been doing commercials that long.
Let me point something out to y'all. Okay, I knew this dude when he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Battling in backyards with nothing more than a microphone and zero beat. This dude was just going a cappella on another 13-year-old kid, and I couldn't help but laugh at some of the lines he came up with. He's a great cat. You guys gotta check out his album. You guys gotta check out his links. We're gonna post them up on our page later. We're gonna bring them back so we can point everything out to you. But definitely one more time for the audience. What's that album again?
First album is called The Return. Dropped an EP in June before I went to Europe. It's called Sugar Water Purple. That just had a lot of features from a lot of people overseas and out here in the States.
All right, cool. So we're gonna bring them back later on tonight, so that y'all can be sure to know where to check them out at, where you can get all this stuff at.
Yeah.
But thank you very much for coming on the show tonight.
Thank
We
you for having me,
appreciate
brother.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you. There you go.
Yeah.
Now next up on the garage, okay, this is the first time guest on our show. This is a man with a lot of talent. He's come a very, very long way in his career. This man started out in the financial world and has suddenly released a fictional book. In all honesty, I know the guy. I've talked to the guy. He's one of the most down-to-earth people that I've ever met in my life. I'm really happy to have him on the show. Please welcome Tony DeRusso to our show, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for coming on.
Thank you guys, thank you, good fellows, Jake.
Yeah,
Got a little
thank
something for you guys.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for having me on
See,
the show.
this is what happens when you come on the
Hey,
garage.
look,
We get gifts.
We got
Say nice things to
got
me,
some.
you get gifts.
You know,
Let's see what
normally
you
we
got.
see this
Hey.
on like.
Check this out. Check this out.
This is the real book, this is the real deal, guys.
This is the
Yeah.
book right here, ladies and gentlemen. The Good, the Bad, the Gold, the Pursuit. Feel free to check it out. Go buy it. If you're not buying it, then you got it. Yeah, we got ours autographed.
Autographed
We
in
got-
gold.
Autographed in
That
gold.
is worth very much money. It isn't gold.
All right, and check this out, ladies and gentlemen. We got T-shirts, and guess what? We're gonna be giving a couple of these away tonight. That's right. We're gonna be giving away.
Show Zach, Jake.
Oh.
See, here's the thing.
Oh,
The Pursuit.
We keep on giving our number out on this show.
and y'all don't call.
You don't call. We will put you on speakerphone. If you have a question for this man, we will let you talk to him.
You know what? This is too cool. This is a shirt.
He also gave us a little bumper sticker sort of thing.
I gotta throw this on.
Little
I
car
just gotta throw
stickers.
this
Yeah,
on.
show the car sticker.
Yeah,
It's
so
really
you know,
cool.
Look
I
at
just
that.
gotta throw this on.
All right.
Yeah, all right.
I
Looks
just put
good.
mine on, too.
Woo.
I just gotta throw it on.
Yeah, that's badass.
It is.
You know,
And you know what?
I had people fall in love with this logo, and I had one guy ask me if I would give him permission to make a tattoo. And I said, absolutely, that would make a badass tattoo.
This won't
I
make a
can't wait to
badass
see it.
tattoo.
Yeah.
This one- I think if I got it right here on my belly and just patted it every day, make it look like the Warrior
You
was
make
black
someone
and blue.
jealous, all right?
There you go. Yeah.
You make me feel
Well,
jealous.
Thank
Have a
you.
seat, man. Have a
Thank
seat.
you.
Let's
Okay,
let's
great.
have a little discussion.
All right.
Thank you, guys, thank you.
All right.
So, yeah, some authors, some people say, I mean, I've known a couple of people say, I'm writing a book. So I thought I'd bring the book because it really has come out. And I really, really thank you guys for having me on the show. This book has taken 10 years. It's been a little bit of time here and there. It's taken 10 years to write. And it's such a proud moment. You guys are accomplished. You've accomplished things. People and members in the audience have accomplished things. And I feel that, and you feel that accomplishment. You know, you've worked on something for so long, and
Right.
here it is. So it's really, I'm very, very elated, and I thank you very much for having me on the show.
We're happy to have you on the show. I mean, it's not all the time that we get bestsellers on our show and stuff.
Okay.
But
And when we say bestsellers, ladies and gentlemen, this man has written a book before. Let's not make this out to be his very first book. This is his very first fictional book. The man is a financial genius. Okay? If you want to take a look at his other books, we'll let him plug those a little bit later because we're here to talk about the good, the bad, and the gold right now. But this man is not only a financial genius, he's actually a very, very good person and a wholeheartedly strong person. He sponsors one of the best fighters in Bellator right now.
That's true.
He sponsors Johnny the Tsunami Santa Maria.
oh, you might remember him from one of our previous shows.
That's right. The young man is 3-0, about to go on his 4th fight. We're going to throw a quick little plug in. April 10th, Friday, Irvine, buy your tickets.
That's right.
I've sponsored him for years. And actually, I'm now sponsoring another fighter, Ty the Hurricane, who's doing the King of the Cage. And if you go on my Facebook page, you'll see the exact dates. I'm not sure the exact dates offhand, but it's his debut, and I'm going to be sponsoring him. And you're going to see our logo hopefully on his
Awesome.
attire.
That's
And I'm
great.
very happy to sponsor these fighters. If you see the logo, you've seen it up close. It's a samurai warrior with with swords and so forth. Now there are no samurai in the book, but the people in the book are. We're going to talk about that in a second. But there's the key, one of the key race is a warrior race, and so it's only fitting for me to help warriors in their pursuit as well of in their career, in their passion, and so forth. So that's kind of like how it all went along. Plus, your brother Jonathan Santa Maria is a very, very dear friend of myself. Very dear friend.
Awesome. You know, we're going into this whole thing, and like I said, it's not every day we get an author like yourself on here, and you're going into fiction. Where does this transition come from? You went from writing financial books to fiction. why the transition on that?
Well, I'll back up 1 second. About 3-4 years ago, maybe 4 or 5 years ago, I wrote my first book on sales and marketing called The Black Book of Sales Secrets.
Okay.
And for a first book, that was self-published, it did rather well. Probably in the tune of a couple thousand books got moved, which is really good for a first-time book done by yourself.
Yeah.
And I have a couple of other the category is called nonfiction, and I have a couple of nonfiction books coming out, which we'll talk about at a later point. So, and I have my next sales and marketing book coming out probably in about a month called Easy Sales Procedures. I write about sales and marketing, and I've done a lot. I've run businesses, I've set up businesses, I've made lots of people lots of money, and I tell stories in these books, so they're really, really good for anybody. You want to do better in your job, you want to move up, you want to make more money, you want to know how to promote. No matter what you do, the book coming out, Easy Sales Procedure, guaranteed will help you. But so that's pretty much my focus, is a serious, book writer. Well, about 10 years ago or so, my co-author called me once and said, hey, I got this great idea for a book, and talked to me about it and all that. And I said, that's cool. And I'm very encouraging. So I said, do it, write it, start writing it. And then over time, I kept getting asked questions for help, because this person, SKR, is the co-author who wishes to remain private, so we're not mentioning the co-author right now. But because I've written and was in the process of writing my own book, I kept getting involved, and I've been a writer in a way for businesses before, and I've been a professional proofreader and professional typist, and I've written corporate documents and things like that. But I kept getting asked, and over a little bit of time, I got involved in the timeline and the persons and the characters, and after a while, it just really became, hey, this is our book. And it almost was probably close to 1,000 pages, not quite 1,000, 800 odd pages. We've trimmed 300 or so pages out of this final. This is almost 500 pages. So that's kind of how it came, is because I like to help, and I got so involved in this book that it's become our creation. This book would not exist without both of our collaborations. So that's kind of how it happened, and I really like the idea of writing fiction, fiction fantasy as it's called, and I want to do more, and I have a couple of projects I'm going to work on as well, which will be discussed at a later time. But that's kind of how it happened, and as is with anything, as with music, sometimes you need this cooperation to really come out with a good number.
Right.
And this is one heck of a team cooperation.
Okay.
Yeah, and sorry for stealing your question that
No,
you
no,
had
no, that's
planned
all
earlier. I knew you wanted to ask it, but I was like, damn it, I got this one.
Next one. It's okay. Now, for those of you that don't know, we do talk. We
planned this out before we go on this air, and then he gave a question, and I was like, that does sound good. And I waited a while, and I thought about it. I was like, no, I'm taking that question. That was
Just
mine.
take it. Listen,
But we cooperate, so we know what we're doing here.
But anyways, we're gonna continue on here. Tony, your characters, you have a way of bringing them to life. Now, you promote one character quite often, and you just say, here it is. Now, I gotta know what's going on with this white wolf.
Oh, the white wolf. Well, can I tell you a little bit about the book so that they understand the white wolf?
Yeah, you can.
Because a little summary of the book would probably be good, but I'm very happy to tell you about the white wolf. The white wolf, ladies and gentlemen and everyone in the audience here, on my Facebook page I put out and I say, hey, here's the white wolf of Belshira, and people say, oh, nice dog, cool, and I tell my barber, I got the white wolf of Belshira on my Facebook. It's like, oh yeah, that's cool. And it's like, people think Belshira is a real place. Well, it could be real, but it's a place in my book. And the white wolves, to really fast track deep in the story, the white wolves are giant white wolves, and they're very, very intelligent. If you've ever met a wolf, they're very intelligent. And the wolves live in a city, an area called Belwyn, but they're actually subservient to the masters of Belshir. And that gets in the book. And they're big. 2 people can ride these wolves. They're huge. Size of like a horse or a moose. They're
Okay.
really big. And they have a dominant role in part of the book. But anyways, my dog is 140 pound Akita. And he's a direct descendant of a wolf. He thinks like a wolf, he acts like a wolf, he'll challenge you like a wolf. So when I put him on my Facebook, and I show a picture of him by our pool, yeah, that's how the white wolves of Belshir look, except they're
A
so
whole
much
lot
bigger.
bigger.
Yeah. So that's where that comes from.
Okay.
All
Now, we know that there's quite a bit that goes on with your book. You have
Oh my God.
there's a definite in-depth look into different groups, and there's one group in particular that you discuss in your book. I wish I could pronounce this better.
The Iman?
Yes. The
Ah.
I,
May I, just for the audience to just get a quick overview, just read a couple paragraphs on the back of the book, a little quick summary, kind of give you a little orientation, and then we're going to talk about the Iman.
Go ahead.
The Iman are badass. Let me tell you about the Iman. First, read a little quote. This is on the back of the book, just a little blurb, and it starts off saying, after becoming mortally wounded during a routine boar hunt, Ivan, the crown prince of Karen, unwittingly changed the paths and destinies of plotting nations. As he lay dying, a chance encounter with Roni, a mythical healer from the hidden land of Iman Hera, sets the wheels of this transformation in motion. Intending to Ivan's wounds, Roni becomes seized by curiosity and finds herself violating a cardinal rule of her land, a violation which carries the punishment of banishment. Her magic is witnessed by an ogre. That's Bomo. You got to ask me about Bomo in a minute. So her magic is witnessed by an ogre, Bomo, lusting for gold, who now seeks to entrap her through his crude knowledge of sorcery. While neighboring nations forge alliances veiled in deceit to grab power, gold, and control by any means possible, Roni's predicament continues to set off different chains of events as she runs for her life through a maze of unknown lands, rife with danger at every turn. So that's a little bit of the summary. Now let me kind of go into this. First, I'm going to go to right before the book started. We have the Iman. That's these fierce warriors. The Iman are the baddest ass warriors you've ever seen. They have fought with everyone in their lands, and they have taken over their whole world completely. They've killed everybody off. They did it. And they are so warlike that that's all they know how to do is fight. So now the creation force, that's what they call God in this book. So the creation force that's enough and intervenes and sends a messenger down to the Iman and says, you have 2 choices. You can either continue on as you are until you kill everybody off, including yourselves. Or you can lay down your weapons and help people become healers and raise your awareness and eventually join with me. So some of the Iman, so warlike, is like, what? They just continued on and eventually extinguished themselves. The other part of the Iman laid down their arms, became healers, and there's a very large forest in this one kingdom called Karen, and the Iman are in that forest. That's their boundary. And if there's any animal or person that's injured of any kind, their job is to tend to it. They're healers. But as part of this, they can make potions. They can make potions to heal, to fix, to correct. They do some amazing things in the book. Okay. Amazing, which we could talk about. They also can create potions to turn things into gold. It's easy for them. And now, while they're healers, but just to give you an idea, they have been given additional powers by the creation force, by the God. And it's not in the book, but just to give you an idea of their power. I mean, the power is in the book. But if I took another character that you know from a movie, book, whatever, pick pick Star Wars, pick a Jedi, okay? Pick a Jedi Knight.
You go by Obi-Wan.
Pick the baddest one, pick Darth Vader.
Of course.
If you put an Iman against Darth Vader, it's no contest. The Iman would win. That's how powerful they are. Darth Vader cannot kill or capture an Iman very easily. That just gives you an idea of just the power that they have. But they're only healers. And this is a very godlike power that they have. Okay. So that just puts that in perspective. Now that's before the book starts, this setting. So now we have Ivan, who's the crown prince of Karen. He's in a boar hunt, and he gets mortally injured by a boar, and he's going to die. And there are these very large special trees in that forest called Bode, B-O-A-D trees, and they send a signal to the Iman that there's a wounded person here. And the way it works is who's ever closest to the signal harmonizes with it. So Roni, who happens to be an Iman, and she's a dancer, she likes to dance. And instead of fighting and killing people, they've taken that aggression, that enthusiasm, etc., and they've turned it into dances. So Roni harmonizes with that sound, with that signal from the Bode trees, and comes to Ivan's aid. But in treating him and taking care of him, she violates a rule. And that leads to her banishment and loss of powers. But Bomo, the ogre, witnesses her abilities and witnesses what she does, and then he sets the wheels in motion of chasing her. And I think I've gone a little bit beyond your question, but I was just kind of let you know the Iman and kind of where that relates to this, and that's why the symbol as well.
That helps out a lot. Actually, the more I understand the book, and kind of intrigued me more to finish it now.
Your brother cannot stop putting this book down. He's putting it all over Facebook. He's like, this is a page turner. This is quite an adventure.
Now, this book is available through several different markets currently. You can buy it on Amazon. You can buy it in a bookstore.
Barnes and Noble. Not in a bookstore. Today they Barnes and Noble, Amazon. You order the book and they distribute it. It's a new age now.
Okay. But if you really want to get a copy, you can go straight to the publisher, and I'll let Tony give out that information at the end of the show. Or you can look on our Facebook page, and we will have the link there.
We'll have the links in the video's description as well on YouTube. So when you go watch it, if you watching this show later on, it's going to be in the description. We're going to have every link for Tech, for Tony, for Jared that's coming on in a little bit here. So we're definitely going to have everything there. They're going to give us all the information we have.
Carlos, hold on.
We got something.
We have an audience question here.
An audience question. Excellent. That's
By
good.
the way,
Phone number's out here, 951-337-2869. Hit me up as well if you want to ask any questions.
562-200-5767. You can hit me up if you want. But one of our viewers would like to know, how hard is it to create a character from nothing but your imagination? And it sounds like you have a really good one, because I have no imagination. What is it, and how is it, that you could create something the way that you just described?
Well, in the next month or so, I'm going to actually be speaking to a school who's asked me to come there and speak to their kids on how to write. So that's coming up. I just don't have the date booked, or I'll tell you. But I've written a number of stories, and of course, I've written a book. And kind of just clear your mind, sit down and say, I'm going to start writing. And you just kind of come up with a character, you start working out a skeleton, you start working out a story. And if you kind of apply yourself to it, the more you work into it, the more it starts to come to you. But you just kind of have to stay focused, you know what I mean? You kind of have to stay focused to that cause of that book or that style or that character. And you start developing a framework like Roni, the main female in this book, was originally named Phyllis. But that didn't kind of work because we decided that this race was going to be more Asian, Japanese-like. And then we had all different names for the people in Karen, and we said, no, we want them more Nordic. So we changed all their names. So you start working on a structure, and then you start filling it in and tightening it up, sort of. Sort of like a song.
Okay. So Karen, there's your answer. Okay.
Thanks for that
Tighten up.
question. That was a great question.
That was a great fan question. Now, Karen, since you are the only fan to send us a question, the one and only fan,
I have an idea.
Yes.
Let's give her a free shirt.
Let's give her a free
Yeah.
shirt.
Would you
Don't
like
worry,
a
you
free
got a
shirt, Karen? Just
You're getting a free shirt.
all we need is the.
Send us your info. Give us your name, your full name, address, or something we could send it to, so that way we can go ahead and get that shirt out to
I
you.
promise we're not stalkers. We're just
We
gonna
are
send you
not.
a t-shirt.
I gave that
I
life
don't know
up.
about that.
I gave that life up last week.
Okay, that's good. No problem.
Tony, thank you very much for coming on our show. We will have you back a little bit later to plug some of your stuff.
Sure.
In the meantime, though, we do have a returning guest that we got to get up here.
That's
Yes.
fine.
All
right.
Thank you very much,
Thanks very
Tony.
much.
We
Thank
greatly
you.
appreciate having you on.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
Okay.
It's great having you.
Next up, you guys might remember this guy from our 2-hour and 25-minute show. Okay, you might remember him as the only guest on our show to actually
Get my
yes,
stuff.
go get your
Oh,
stuff.
yeah.
We're gonna
Let's
talk
get
about
your
you for a
stuff.
minute. You might remember him as the only guest on our show to actually interview us.
Yeah, he literally asked us questions, and he kind of turned the tables on us on our own show.
He did.
That was great, though. You
Okay,
know,
now-
like I said, that started off a whole new show for us because we brought on a lot more guests after that.
Well, typically we would have him set up already, but those of you from Southern California know something. It's called traffic.
Oh
Yeah, he got caught up in the 15, and if you guys know
91 was so bad.
15 to the 91, you guys know the area. That's one of the worst ones you could possibly hit.
Now, we're going to be bringing him on in just a second. But before we do, I want to bring Tech back up here real quick. And I want to let Tech plug in any of his upcoming shows, any of, like, you know what? There is something we didn't talk about. You're hosting your own show now.
Yeah, I host a radio show.
He's hosting his own radio show.
Yeah.
Okay, so go ahead, let's plug your show for a second while we get this dude set up.
Right on.
And let's talk about this for a second. What's the show? Where can we listen to you?
So the show is called Unseen Legion Radio. A lot of people don't understand that hip hop comes from jazz, soul, funk, R&B, reggae. I don't know if I said rock, but it comes from these genres. So most hip hop shows really don't educate their listeners. Unseen Legion Radio, however, is not like most shows. Every Tuesday night from 9 p.m. to midnight, we air. You can watch the live streaming on maddef.com, maddef.com. You can also go to the Ustream and go to Unseen Legion Radio. UnseenLegionRadio.com is the official website where you can listen to the Mixler, listen to the live setup. I usually give my number out on that show as well, so anybody who wants to send a text or call in gets live shout outs. The address to the station is 410, I think it's North Bamboo Lane in
I
Los
don't
Angeles.
want to give that out to some of our fans.
It's a public show, so everybody's welcome to run in and hang out. So
Right on.
That is awesome.
I am going to give one birthday shout out.
Give a birthday.
Just passed up to Heather. She just had her birthday on the 11th, and I want to wish her a happy birthday.
Oh,
She just turned 21.
Wait a minute, this is your girlfriend, right?
Yeah,
Ladies and gentlemen,
she's actually in the audience right here.
this is the woman in Carlos's jokes that makes him look like a 5-year-old child.
When I'm walking, we walk in holding hands, man. It looks like she's walking me to school. You've heard the joke before. It's a kind of true because she is taller than me.
All right. Now aside from that, I know you got a baby at home, man. That's why I brought you up. 'Cause I know it's getting late.
I don't even know if my watch is right. Ain't that something funny? I got a watch on it. It may not even be right.
All right. So, ladies and gentlemen,
Just make sure.
it looks like we're gonna go over our 1-hour time
But
just a bit.
it's not like you haven't watched our show for that long before.
Yeah, exactly.
Come on now.
So
You're still here.
I wanted to make sure that I brought Tech back up because I did promise him a chance to get home to his baby. I did promise him a chance to get home to his girl. And I want to keep my word. Don't forget to check him out on. Don't forget to check out his radio station on Mad Death, and don't forget you can check him out using our Facebook page.
Yeah, we'll definitely have
Okay, we'll
links
be
to them on
posting
there.
his links. He's gonna email me his links, in a timely manner.
Yeah.
I'm gonna post them up in a
Yeah,
timely
we
manner.
know he's a busy man, so we gotta make sure he's got time to
So
send it out to us.
sometime this week it'll be posted on our Facebook, and sometime this week this man's music will be getting out to you.
Matter
We'll
of fact-
also be posting up links to his YouTube videos.
Matter of fact, I'm also getting a new thing started up. I actually purchased a website for myself, for us as well. It's Chiconics.com. I'm going to be building the site. There's nothing on the site right now, but I'm going to build the site. Everything that is the garage, any of our comedy shows, will be linked on that page. So if we have any guests to come on, we're all set.
Alright, now just to let everybody know, this man's gonna be performing next month. I'm gonna be performing next month. And once again, I'll be coming to you live from the Laugh Factory in Orange County, Saturday, April 8th. You can come check me out. I'm number 3 on their roster. And of course, headlining is none other than the world famous Ralphie May. So come check it out. Let's have a good time there. If
I
there's
don't
any,
mind if I sit here.
no.
I have a major anxiety thing. I need everybody in front of me.
Don't worry about it.
If I'm constantly looking back and forth, I'll freak out.
No worries. No worries.
Now it looks like we're about to set up. We're gonna let Jared
We're all ready
perform.
with Jared here.
Yeah.
We're gonna let him perform 2 songs, and we're gonna come on and do our interview with them. We hope you all
music
enjoy.
first? Okay.
Yeah, music
sounds
first.
good.
We love to have you play.
In the
so make
almighty words of my daughter's world famous favorite character, Elmo. Music, music, music!
sure. Oh God, please stop it. Stop it already. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and while Jared finishes putting his last bit of equipment together here,
There we
he'll
go.
come out and play for us. Bring your stool right out here,
Yeah, get it all ready.
and we're gonna go ahead and let him do a couple songs here. What's the name of your first song that you're gonna do?
The Sound the Alarm,
Sound the Alarm.
which I actually just got done recording on Thursday.
Yes. Now to kind of intro him, this man, like I said, he just got signed to Legend Records. He's got an album coming out, and we're so proud to have him back.
Yeah, momentarily, right?
Yeah, momentarily for the moment, right, Jan?
There we go.
But you know what? It's an honor to have him on.
I'll bring this over here. Just
Without
so
further ado, here
just to make
is
sure everybody can hear me.
Jared
Just for the
Ramberger.
fun. And we can even
I'm gonna bring you a little more this way so you're full on in the
Yeah.
shot.
definitely
All right.
just get there we go. Get it all the way over. All the way over. Yeah, a lot better. There we go.
Yeah, there you are. You're in the picture
All right.
now.
So, okay, this is just for you guys so you guys can hear me, well enough and whatnot. And let's just make sure we're in tune here really fast. That's the only problem with guitars, right? It's not like with rap music you can just play it. I'm ready.
Hey, we come out of tune sometimes too.
Right? There we go. The good thing about my guitar though is it actually stays in tune pretty well, so that's a bonus. But hey, yeah, as they said, the first one here will be called. There we go. As they said, the first one here will be called Sound the Alarm, which I actually just got done recording down at Legend Records on Thursday. It's also the song on the album that has the most instruments, and surprisingly, it only took 2.5 hours. Surprisingly, everything took only 1 take, which was unbelievable. So, sometimes it's one of those things where you feel like the universe is telling you something, right? But anyways, so as I said, this first song here is called Sound the Alarm, and hope you guys like it. Let's get this stupid thing. Why is this not wanting to stay? This is like, there we go. Does it really slow down when you stare at the clock? doesn't matter if you're having fun or not. Well, he's always falling behind and springing forward. So are we trapped in the past or ignoring the future? Oh, oh, well, then it hit me. What about the calendar? So many variations, which one is proper? Well, the ancients warned that we're getting close to the end. Well, if they're right, where will all our gods be then? Where? Searching for my Holy Ghost and trying to help my angel out of the snow. Well, maybe it's where she belongs after all. She's cold to the bone. Oh, well, don't be afraid. Well, I guess that's it then. The end is near. Well, haven't they been saying that for years? And aren't we all staring down the barrel of a gun, completely unaware when our time is up? No, no. Well, don't be afraid. Look on the bright side. The angel question will be realized. And we'll all finally be set free. Maybe not this time, but eventually. Oh, oh, oh. Well, in the end, something better begins, and before this is over, I'll get my kicks in. 'Cause when the alarm sounds, it's not a matter of how, the matter of when. Oh, oh, oh.
All right, good job. All right.
Funniest thing, like right
How the
when
heck did you pull that off in one take when you
yeah,
you
right.
stuttered in this one?
No, exactly. I was just actually about to mention that. Like right when I thought to myself, "Hey, I haven't screwed up yet." I say the fourth verse instead of the third verse. Yeah, you'll learn when you're a performer that the best thing to do is not think. It's just a feel, just let it go. Because as soon as you start thinking, you screw up. Always happens, at least for me. As soon as I start thinking about it, that's when it all goes downhill. Let's see where we want to go with this next one. We can just go with something simple.
Everybody just likes this one.
This is actually a song that I'm pretty sure I played it here last time, but not a big deal. It's actually the one I'm going to be recording next.
Is it the one you snap the string on?
No,
Oh, okay.
no. I mean, if you'd like me to play that one, I'm totally down. That one was fun, yeah. That's usually the one that I end my shows with and stuff like that, and it's definitely the best, everybody's favorite and whatnot. But you actually can hear the legit recording that will be released through Legends on my SoundCloud. So you can't download it though. You gotta buy it. So everything else is free to download. But no, this one here is called Eye of the Storm. I wrote it about going to New York and whatnot, which actually didn't even end up happening because of Hurricane Sandy, and so that's why it's called Eye of the Storm. Yeah, I totally decided to screw up that plan. But yeah, so I still ended up writing a song about it, which ends up being a lot of people like the song, so I hope you guys like it. It's one of those things where you're sitting and talking highly about it, and so it better be good, right? But we'll see how this one goes. This song's supposed to have other instruments in it, just like pretty much all my songs, so imagine them. Have you ever thought of destiny and where she's taking you? No, have you ever thought of fate and what he aims to do? No, have you ever tried to just go with the breeze? Well, I'm planning on fighting hurricanes in New York City. But I have to say I'm grateful now. I'm no longer blind to see that in every storm there's a peaceful eye. Well, I've packed up all my courage and placed it by the door. With ambition in my veins, I'm ready for the storm. So take me to the Big Apple, let me take a bite. Maybe even make my mark, or see my name in lights, or perhaps watch a new year drop, and for the moment feel time stop. But I'll settle for a t-shirt my girl can wear at night. Yeah, I'll settle for a t-shirt my girl can wear at night. So where should I go first? Maybe Washington Park, where I can learn to be a truthful star. Or I'll head on over to Wall Street and learn their game. Well, I'm not in this for the money or the fame, but I finally like to pay respect all these years later. my mark. I see my name in lights, or perhaps watch a million drop, and for the moment feel time stop. But I'll settle for a t-shirt I can wear at night. Yeah, I'll settle for a t-shirt I can wear at night.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's just there was supposed to be a solo in there in between, but I don't like to play with the acoustic. I don't want to screw it up and stuff like that, but it sounds all nice.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah.
Alright.
Alright.
Here's the thing. We're going to go ahead and just start
Transition.
the interview in here, transition.
Yeah, right. Let's just throw this over here real quick.
Yeah, no worries. Get your...
Let's get this out of the way. Oh, perfect.
Okay. I'm back in my seat where I belong.
There we go.
That's right. The fat man said he's back in the seat where he belongs.
There we go.
Because things that are supposed to be roly-poly and moldy do not need to be standing for very long.
There we go. All right.
Alright.
Now, we're going to talk to Jared here in a minute.
Right.
But before we do, I got a text
Already?
about you
That's always fun.
asking me a pretty funny question because we talked about this on your last show.
All right.
Okay? And I quote, I'll read this text out.
Yeah, might as well.
I might as well read this right out.
I got a few things already going through.
I didn't get any texts. But still, you guys, like I said, you can text me, call me,
Wait,
951-337-2869.
you're going to like this. Is this the same white boy who got his knee hurt playing hockey like a crazy mother?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
That'd be the
He
one.
is the one.
Okay.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
But
Hey,
yeah.
speaking of which, so here's this magazine I just got a 3-page spread in and whatnot. And since you asked that, if you're watching, there's the knee picture.
Oh, wow.
Look how big that is. Yeah. It looks like an orange.
Oh,
So here's
Alright.
here's 2 of the pages, and then the front page there for just the viewers there. And there's see that picture. There's a picture from Canada and whatnot when I was in the paper and stuff. And then when I played for San Diego, and then all this stuff here. As I said, the busted knee, and then my car crash and all the crazy stuff. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and feel free to look through that. But
So, in answer to your question, Kyle, yes.
Yes.
This is
Yes.
This is
him.
This is the hockey player who busted his knee, who is now a folk singer.
Yeah, and he's obviously, as you hear him, he's really good.
Yeah.
And he got signed to Legend Records. If you don't know who Legend Records is, this is Bob Marley's label.
No. No.
Wait,
I don't think so. No.
Well, not
No.
now.
I would have to ask him, but no, I'm pretty sure it's it's a.
Well, I mean, it's a label he recorded with as well.
Oh, I don't know, because if so, then.
But I mean, it's
heard
known for
anything
him and stuff. But well,
Maybe.
either way,
about it.
it's a big record. Legend is pretty damn big out there, and they get some pretty good artists out there.
Now, we're lucky enough to have 2 musical artists here
I
tonight
know, right?
who've been established.
2 completely different points in career, all sorts of stuff. Yeah, it's cool.
It's
2 different total types of genres.
2 different genres, everything.
Yeah.
guys, I love my show. I love my job. I love what I do. All right.
Yeah, well, when you get your own, come on now. Because this one's mine.
I'm just a co-host, right? I'm just a fat guy who sits there and acts
Comic relief.
He makes me look good.
Comic relief.
Just by standing next to me.
But Jared, we gotta bring this up now. Since you got signed, has anything changed?
Yes, actually. Surprisingly enough, so pretty much like how this even kind of came about was just a friend of mine just wanted me to get in touch with this other guy named Frank Martinez, who runs Local Band Guys, which is also a podcast, and whole event setup guys and stuff like that. And to try and help me go on his thing, to try and get boosted or whatever, but they're like metal and rock and stuff like that, and I'm folk, right? So we kind of don't see eye to eye in that category. So we just kind of were friends on Facebook, and then they were friends with them, and just posted about some open mic contest that they had in October, and I happened to go down and win. And then the first day being there, I just told them everything I want to do with my career and everything, like who I am and what I want to do with myself and everything. I just flat out told them first day meeting him, just this is what I want to do. Like, just let them know everything, and ended up winning the contest. And then what everybody got out of it was just a 3-song EP, and then recording that, working together and all that stuff. They just really enjoyed working with me. And then they have found themselves in a position where they need somebody to be the face of the label and all this sorts of crap. And since they were already kind of working with me and they liked me and stuff, they just offered it to me pretty much. And so now they offered me an actual contract, and it's a 6-song album that'll be coming out pretty soon. But I wanted it to originally be like, because my demo for these guys have it, and anybody who's watching that happens to have it. It's like I gave out like 80 of them or whatever. There's 13 songs on it, so it's a pretty substantial CD.
Yeah.
And so I originally wanted to find somebody that would want to record all that CD and let it out, because I literally have like 3 albums right now finished, ready to go. Like I literally have like 100 songs written, like flat out. Like I am just like I said, I just told them everything, just that I'm just ready. I'm ready to hit the road, ready to do everything and all that kind of stuff. And I also through them, I'm going to be on this TV show called VV and Yourself Presents, which airs out of San Diego on PBS, and it's through Legends because they happen to work together. And that the producer asked me to do her wedding, and so I did her wedding. And she walked down the aisle to one of my songs and whatnot, which was pretty cool and whatnot. But Legends was there too, and I played during the whole like lunchtime and all that BS and stuff, and they loved it. And so that was the day when they told me that they wanted me to be in this position and whatnot. And that lady, and with all that kind of stuff, I found out that they're all just like an actual community that are all kind of working together and all that kind of stuff, and I'm now like the spearhead of it somehow awkwardly, just like that. And just from like just going, literally just going. Like how I'm even here, if you guys watched last show, like I literally just went to an open mic at this place called Rockefellers, and he happened to be there. And then he happened to like
I hosted a would-be comedy show. I had a few of my comedian friends come out and perform. This man here just happened to show up and say, I saw that it was an open mic and I want to perform. Can I get down on this show? And I was like, sure, why not? I'll give you some time.
Literally, so like I find myself in this position because of just literally going places. Because that magazine, I just went to a show, sitting outside of it with my guitar. Some lady come pouring out the back door with her husband. All of a sudden, she's just like, oh, you here for this? And I'm like, no, it's actually the only thing I ever got the night from. She's like, oh, well, gives me her card. If I like it, we'll see where that goes. She now thinks I'm like the next Bob Dylan and gave me a 3-page spread for free. Like just being there and just taking out my guitar, just being there. And then Legend Record things, all I did was just go. And then that happened to happen with you guys. I happened to just go, and that came out. There's been so many things that literally just the pure effort of just going has all of a sudden made it fall into my lap. And then just the effort of doing something. And so, I mean, if any of you are out there trying to just get something done, sometimes even just like the worst thing that could ever happen to you is what brings it out, such as like with my knee and all that. And then as I showed in the magazine, like how I even got to here was last year, in February, somebody pulled out in front of me when I was on my way to work, and I T-boned them. And if I would have hit them like 2 feet to the left, I would have killed both of us easy, because I was going like 65 and I hit a truck. And it totaled my car, and what it actually got out of it was that since I started looking on Facebook, started looking on Craigslist, I saw that you can look up gigs and stuff, and that's how I started booking myself and finding myself shows, and how everything starts snowballing. It's like what saw something bad actually came out better, because now I have a better car for traveling and everything. So it's literally just the whole thing, everything happens for a reason.
So
It's just, who knows?
All right,
in the almighty words of Earl, from My Name is Earl, and a favorite TV show, karma is wonderful.
Yeah.
All right, but let's check this out.
All right.
What do you got coming up?
What I have coming out is so the 6-song album I have coming up. We're doing 6 shows that will be in the San Diego area, such as at like Mr. Peabody's and Encinitas, Legend Records itself in Pacific Beach on Garnet, the Epicenter, the House of Blues, but it's not the San Diego one. I think they said the Anaheim one, which so for you people up here. Because apparently the one in San Diego, you need like 50 or 60 pre-sales.
Okay.
Which isn't a big deal because they can do that and they can clear that, but it's contractually, so I'll have to like upfront pay like $600+ just to have Legends then sell them for me, and then they give me CDs to make my money back. Which when I get, so like after these 6 shows and I make some publicity and I see like fans coming for me and other stuff like that, and I feel like I can actually do shows where you need 20 pre-sales and shit like that, then I'll ask them and maybe like the House of Blues or whatever. But then the other place was the Go Lounge and the Queen Bee.
Okay. So remember to check him out on all of that. Right now, what we're gonna do is we're gonna bring all of our guests back up here. We're gonna close out our show here in just a moment. Want to remind all of you. What? We're good. Want to remind all of you. Don't forget to check out our Facebook page. We will have links to everything and everyone that's been on the show tonight.
Yeah.
Don't forget that you can look up this video on YouTube in the days to come. We're looking at probably, our usual post date is about a week later, so look for us next week.
I'm gonna try to get it up tonight to YouTube. It all depends on how slow the network is going. So it could be tonight, could be tomorrow. But regardless, the video will be up very soon.
Now we want to say thank you to everybody for chiming in, and I got a correction to make on my own performance. It's Saturday, April 11th. I believe I said April 8th earlier.
10th, I think.
You said April 10th, yeah.
Okay, no.
Either way, we don't want to see you.
Friday, April 10th is my brother's fight. Saturday, April 11th, I will be performing.
All right.
Because you gotta save the best for last.
No, you gotta put you last no matter what.
All right.
But hold on, before we really cut out on Jared here, I want to ask a simple question. Do you believe our show had anything to do with you possibly building your success up?
I actually, in all honesty, I'm glad to hear, like, because that was crazy for you guys to say that. I mean, who knows if it really was because of me, but I mean, the fact that just my show alone kind of made you guys grow, whatever. I actually personally haven't seen anything from it. I personally haven't seen anything a little bit different, but then again, you know, the thing
I mean, has it changed your attitude towards your music or anything like that?
Not exactly. I've never really had a different opinion or a different outlook towards my music. I still just do it for the same reason, still kind of go about it the same way and everything like that. What it did for me personally was just I just like the fact of just in general the fact that you know it was a completely different audience. You know, anybody that 157 people I think it was at that.
That's not the same opinion.
And they
Everyone else
actually
that comes on the
physically
show
were,
does too.
they were chiming in during my interview and whatnot because of just how I was talking and stuff. And so I did that a lot. And so I don't know. Like, and then it was just funny that before you guys were all just discussing how much I can talk. And yeah, my friends jokingly used to, they used to, my friends jokingly, because like sometimes because when I start telling something, sometimes I'll feel I need to explain something else, so I'll backtrack a little bit. But if I feel like, or if I feel that that the backtrack isn't necessary, sometimes I'll like you may hear my voice go quieter or whatever, and it can like just do that. And so like I jokingly have been called just rambling Ramburger and stuff like that.
I got you.
And so because I can just sit there and talk because I feel like I need to explain or whatever. And I don't know. I can just talk.
Well,
thanks for coming out, man.
Thanks for coming out. Thanks for coming out. If we can get our other two guests to come on up here,
guys.
We definitely.
This is photo op.
Yeah, this is definitely a photo op. This is definitely a photo op. Hey guys, Tech the Supah Latin, Tony DeBruso, Jared Ramburger. Guys, don't forget to check all these guys out. Don't forget to check out me, Jay the Fat Man, Santa Maria, Silos the Comedian. Guys, we're all over the place. We're all over the map, and we're coming to you live next month with our best show yet.
Another all stand-up show, but not only that, this is also going to feature, most of the time we've been featuring male comedians.
That's right.
This next one, we have Kevin LaHaye. He's going to be our main guy out there. We have three females. We have, we got three females.
Three female comedians coming out.
It doesn't always happen. You don't get to see a lot of these come out. Some of them are good, some of them aren't. We're gonna test the waters right now in our show.
And you'll get to see my new act for the first time in a long time. I changed it up. No more talking that dirty stuff. No more talking about the short show being fuzzy and all the good tasting things that get stuck in here from women. Nah, we're gonna be talking clean, fun, family oriented. Let's look forward to that. Hey guys, take your pictures. Let's enjoy this.
Yeah, let's get this all in here. Come on, guys.
Might as well.
All right.
Coming to you live.
We are the Garage
Web Show.
All right. Wait, before we cut out, what do you got coming up?
Or what links can we use?
What links can we use? We got a quick link. One of them.
TonyDurso.com. DURSO. TonyDurso.com. You can find me on Facebook. And if you go to TONDURSO.com, you'll see the link for the book, The Good Bad Gold, The Pursuit, and some other cool things.
Awesome.
Pretty much, if it's a social media site and I'm on it, just put /Daydream78 and I'll probably be there. If I have it, everything's at Daydream78. 78's my old hockey number and whatnot. And then, like I said, just the album that comes out, the shows, and then when editing gets finished on that PBS show, and then that's really about it.
All right. And Tony, you can just Google me, Tech the Supah Latin, TEKTHASUPAHLATIN, and I got writers and all that stuff. It goes on Google ASAP. So.
All right, cool. Don't forget to check us out. Thank you very much for tuning in.
We appreciate you.
Thank
The
you.
Garage. Thank you for tuning in, bro.